Matt Ihan with Ultimate Motorcycling. Today, we're at the KTM headquarters in Murrieta, California, and we tested this fun bike, 390 SMCR. Well, isn't every bike fun? Yes, it is, but this one is a little bit more fun than the others. And what contributes to that is on your daily ride, at 90% of the time, you're gonna be at the sweet point with this bike. And being a supermoto, it doesn't matter what kind of surface you're riding on. It could be rough asphalt, it could be a little bit of dirt. You can do anything on this thing. And this is the 390. So it comes with a single cylinder, 400cc engine. It pushes about 39 horsepower. And they also bumped up the torque a little bit from the 390 Enduro that this bike is developed from. Right here in the front, you have the Vibra brakes, 320 millimeter, single disc, and it does a phenomenal job. Vibra is the Brembo's side company, but don't mix it with being a budget option. I think it does a phenomenal job. And you have also 240 millimeter disc in the back. This bike, as much as it goes, it also stops really well. The 390 SMCR has 43 millimeter WP suspension in the front. It's 30 click adjustable in the front, and in the back, the shock is 20 click adjustable. It also gives the bike 230 millimeters of travel. So what they did is, they had to consider that you're gonna be jumping with this bike. So on top of the Enduro bike that they had, the 390 Enduro, they actually increased the travel size to be able to accommodate any kind of crazy things you're gonna do on it. You have compression and rebound adjustment separately on each fork. And also on the back, you can adjust the preload. Now, let's go to the chassis. This chassis drives from the Duke, and what they did is they added extra torsional rigidity to give it the better feeling on side to side. They didn't want to increase it in the front to back, just so the bike will be still stable, but not too stiff when you're riding on the freeway. Looking in the front of the bike, you're gonna have the headlights and the blinkers, LED style. And also you have a charger right here, USB charger, that you can plug in your phone, USB-C. And it comes with a 4.2 inch TFT screen. They did a great job. This screen is not that big, but it's very informative. And when you glance at it, you can see every information very simple and easy. There are two riding modes. First one, the road mode. It comes with stricter traction control, and the ABS is also for the road situations. The second mode is the Supermoto mode, and Supermoto, you can hoot on the bike, get crazy as much as you want, and the traction control is more loose, so it lets you hang it a little bit. And for those experienced riders, you can also take the traction control off, and that's where the real fun starts. You have a 2.3 gallon gas tank, and in front of the bike, they wanted to make the gas tank small to be able to accommodate the lighter feeling, and also with smaller gas tank, just to make it a proper supermoto, they moved the airbox up on the bike. That way, they were able to position the engine higher. That higher position helps with the clearance when you're jumping, and also it gives the bike a little bit more flickable feeling. And overall, the handling is pretty good. Now, the bike is not that light. You have about 350, 360 pounds, which is almost close to the 690 range. And obviously, using the components they're using on this one, they couldn't, with the price point the bike has, which is $54.99 MSRP, they couldn't use too much of the high-end stuff to make the bike lighter. Coming on the side of the bike, because of the 2.3 gallon gas tank, you also have one more advantage. As you see from the sides, they're very thin, so if you lay the bike down, the tank does not get damaged most likely. And that's part of the advantage of also having a supermoto over a regular street bike. If you crash with a regular street bike, either your insurance is gonna go up or you're gonna spend all the money out of your pocket. The supermoto, The parts are way cheaper to replace, and the way the bike is made, it's okay. You can make mistakes. We still love you. The 6-speed transmission also has the quick shifter option. The quick shifter costs $274, and it's a must-have. It works flawless. It shifts really nice and smooth, up and down. And that makes this bike dance around the gears with its engine love to be revved. Yes, 399 cc's, small engine, but this engine has a lot to offer. The power starts right around 4,000 RPM, and at 8,000 you're hitting the peak horsepower. But it doesn't stop there. This bike can rev up to 10,500 RPM with the over rev. And that's something you may not use it on the street much, but we also got to test the bike at the kart track today at Apex, which is in Lake Perris, California. Over there, this bike was so much fun riding it, and I do own a 450 SMR, so which is a dedicated supermoto race bike. It's the expectation wouldn't be the same. Obviously, the 450 SMR is a very focused, stiff, high horsepower bike. But for someone that's beginner or intermediate, I do believe this bike will be a lot of fun at the kart tracks. And the nice thing about that is you spend $50 to $60 for a whole day, and you ride it around. If you have a small crash, it's 15 miles per hour, not much gets damaged, and the tires last for a long time, and you have a lot of fun. Talking about the tires, it comes with the Michelin Power 6 tires, and they did a fine job on the street as well as the track. When pushed at higher levels, it did start sliding a little bit on the side, but the good news is this bike comes with 110 front tire, and it comes with a 150 rear. So there's a lot of supermoto options, more aggressive, more soft, sticky tires that you can put on this bike. My overall impression of riding the 390 SMCR was very positive. Until this day, we had a couple of options, couple of competitors on this bike, which was the DRZ, the famous Dizzer, and Kawasaki has the KLX option, and Yamaha at one point had a supermoto that they discontinued. But overall, this bike is refined, and it rides very smooth. So it's not like you're riding a dirt bike on the street. It's more of a street bike, dedicated for the street. So the comfort, even on the seat, if you were riding on a supermoto, wouldn't be good to ride more than 30 minutes at a time. And this seat was actually pretty comfortable. And the seating position is good for tall guys. Like, I'm 6'1". Sometimes I do have a hard time fitting on a bike with my knees and everything. There's no problem with this bike. And for people that are not that tall, even though it's a supermoto, it does not sit that high. So you still have that option on this bike to be able to enjoy it. And what I will say is, for new riders, I'm really excited. They're getting all these bikes at affordable prices, and they come with so much to offer, with traction control, with quick shifter, with ABS, and all at the price of $54.99. And you can just take this bike, not change one thing, and do your favorite canyons, go in the city, go to your work, commute in the morning, split the traffic, and the next day is Saturday. You want to go to the track and spin some laps, you can do it all. One bike for everything. I love that concept. I think it's going to do really well. And if you're interested in this bike, I think you should give it a try. Thank you for watching us. Again, Matt Ihan with Ultimate Motorcycling. Please don't forget to subscribe to us.